Ooh, Amendment 1? Yeah. hmm Yeah. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. Yeah. Or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people to peaceably to assemble. And to petition the government for redress of grievances. Yeah. Mm. Now, my freedom of religion? Yeah. hmm Um, Congress? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to want to start that whole revival thing. And for those in Congress that have any knowledge, yeah, I'm going to start getting very upset at you. Ouch! Now, I'm just one guy, and everybody says, well, you can't do anything. But I'll mention that I'm homeless. Yeah. And I haven't been able to get my utilities on. Ouch! Haven't got my deposit back. Yeah. And the police and the sheriffs, they arrested me numerous times when they did know I was innocent of any wrongdoing. Yeah. And the Congress, you have the ability to make new courts specifically, yeah, to hear cases as they involve corporations and the technical nature of technology. Yeah. Now, I don't know what you're doing. I don't have a television. Yeah. I don't have anyone in Congress doing what they should be doing. Ouch. And I know it's a pandemic and you've been spending all your time about that. And then there's like a presidential election this year. And you're all concerned about who the administration's going to be. Yeah. Well, I just wanted the president, Donald Trump. He's still the president until, well, January of next year. Yeah. Even if you win in November, he's the president until January. Yes. And for Joe Biden, the former vice president, Barack Hussein Obama, yeah. You know, when the former president was the president and you were the vice president during that 8 years of administration, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, my rights were being violated the whole time. Yeah. Now, uh, I'm just making sure that we understand that we do know who you are. You were a vice president approximately 3.5 years ago. Ouch. Ouch. I'm sure if we asked the former president, Barack Hussein Obama, of his personal opinion of you as a vice president, he would say you were just a tremendous individual to work with. Yeah. He would never have anything critical to say about the 8 years of being the president of the United States and everything that he accomplished the last 4 years of his administration and your whole want to be president now. You never tried to usurp the authority of the presidency when Barack Hussein Obama was president, did you? You didn't try to show him the ropes of being the senior official of the White House, considering your age. Oh, now, I'm sure that the Democrats have no problem understanding. Yeah, that you were in the White House for 8 years. Now, when I think of the 8 years of President Barack Hussein Obama and what was accomplished the last 5 years of his presidency, yeah, it seems that this nation has gone through a lot of turmoil unnecessary. Yeah. And for the impeachment proceedings of President Donald Trump and his whole pandemic problems. Yep. We've spent the last 20 years in somewhat of a state of confusion. Yeah. Now, if we could get refocused on what we need to do as a nation, yeah, I'd like it if, right now, if the Congress would step back from whatever it is they're doing and all their pressing needs, and reevaluate what is good for the American people. Now, I know you say that you're doing everything you can to help every citizen of this great nation, and you have to take the whole population into consideration of your individual states. And then you're having to really work through the pandemic. It's a big, big deal. Ouch. But I want to make sure that the Congress understands. Yes. Now, Joe, you're not the president yet. Yeah. In fact, you're just a candidate for office. Joe. Now, if we asked ourselves, what did you do during the 8 years of the Obama administration? It looks like us as a nation are not really getting the representation that we need. So if you could, I know it's like this big deal. Oh, I got to be president of the United States. I've mentioned myself that I'd like to do that. In fact, as I remember it, I was just today. Yes, I thought that I had put on Facebook like 2 or 3 years ago. Yes, I was running for the office of the presidency in 2016. Yeah. And somebody was intentionally obstructing me from being a candidate. Ouch! Now, for all of those in Congress that do remember, Paul C. Budnick, President for the United States. Ouch! The right to vote, June 21st of 2018. Ouch! Or was it 2016? Ouch! Hang on here just for a second. Oh, look at right here, June 21st, 2018. Yes, Maria Cantwell. Oh, there's the police department again. Oh, and all those individuals that said, no, we don't have to protect your right to be a candidate for office. Oh, we don't have to protect your right to vote. Oh, we can right now. Mm, oh, let's see here. Oh, there's look at U.S. codes. Yep. Two or more persons conspire. Yeah. These are not being enforced. The federal codes. Yeah. And then oh, Title 18. Now, for all of you that said federal laws are no longer being participating in or enjoying the benefits of any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Yeah. The pauper. Yeah. Right now. hmm Yeah. Just so we understand. Yeah. I've been looking through all these federal and state laws. Yeah. And then I've been looking at this protection order, where it says respondent didn't receive actual notice of the hearing. Yeah. There was no personal service in the court. The court docket says the same thing. The public court record. Yeah. And then my sons were taken, and there's no petitioner signature. Ouch. And then there's forgeries of employees of the court. Ouch. Now, I'm just wanting to make sure that we understand. We never use a forgery to sign any court documents. Heidi Lee Budner. Ouch. Homeland Security. Ouch. Federal Bureau of Investigation. Department of Justice. Oh. And you do have to appear in court when issuing any court order. Ouch. And that I do want my family. Yeah. And then there's all this additional drives and documentations. Involuntary admit an accused person to have psychotropic medication. Now, there actually has to be. They have to ask you, were you there? Yes. Even though I was arraigned, and they said, well, we can use a 2-count criminal complaint instead of an actual police power. Yes. I'd said, no, you can't. It's a violent crime. Now, the Chief Financial Officers Act. Yeah, this is one of those federal laws. It's a federal law from 1990. George H.W. Bush, United States federal law intended to improve the government's financial management. Now, could you get me all the financial officers again in each and every agency, bureau, commission, department, all the secretaries? I want to hold liable each and every federal employee of the violating of any federal laws that actually govern, which look at here, was given a greater authority of federal financial management. Each of the 24 federal government departments and agencies, the position of the chief financial officer. Now, you probably heard me yelling at, really. I like yelling at Jerome. He's the governor of the Federal Reserve Bank, and I feel like he doesn't really have enough oversight. Now, why don't I yell at the Department of Agriculture? Yeah, these additional $3 trillion that you're appropriating. You really beefed up the. How big has our government got now? They're all working from home because of the pandemic. Yeah. Congress keeps appropriating trillions of dollars, and there's nobody there to send the checks out. The Department of Defense, they get in their appropriations. Department of Education, Department of Energy. Now, just so we know, Congress, yeah, you just keep sending out those treasury checks without anybody making sure. Yes. Now, Department of Homeland Security. Ouch. Why don't you get me all? Oh, Department of Treasury. Oh, look at this. Huh. Deputy Director for who is the government's chief financial management official, would also create a new subdivision, OMB, the Office of Federal Financial Management. Does anybody know exactly how much money you're spending? That's all we'll do with that.